All right, well, coming up in the second hour of the show, we have a lot to talk about. I'm here with Kate and Danny and Freddie, so you don't want to miss. We did our best fits, obviously, on the offensive side, but we'll do it on the defensive side, and we'll talk about one in Ndamukong Suh. He's called Detroit home since he was first drafted, but apparently the Lions are ready to let him go, or perhaps they haven't been able to work out a deal just yet. Our analysts will tell you the best fit for Suh and other high-profile defensive players. Again, it's coming up a little later on in the show. Michael Jordan has joined the annual Forbes magazine list of the world's billionaires with a B. The magazine has Jordan's net worth at an estimated $1 billion thanks to his well-timed investment in the NBA Charlotte Hornets. The 52-year-old Hall of Fame player who won 6 NBA championships reached billionaire status last June. We're late in reporting this, and according to Forbes, we are in trouble for not letting you guys know that. So look, this idea, it just had us thinking. In this climate, because I believe that the players now are pretty much in charge of their careers. They're much more business savvy in this climate. So let's talk about athletes. Who do you think can reach $1 billion, Kate?
Well, for me,
this
before I answer that, it brings up all kinds of interesting points here about how Michael Jordan got to that point. When I saw that he was only the 1700th richest person, I say only as in we all accept that's a lot of money and a great position to be in, but this is the best athlete arguably of all time anywhere, and he's 1700. So how did he do it? Because it's not like athlete after athlete is able to put together this kind of portfolio. But how has he done it? He's done it because he's taken the model where he takes percentages and stocks and things and ownership and things rather than just straight sponsorship dollars. It's sort of like the Oprah Winfrey model. When she started her show, she got great advice from Roger Ebert. Said, don't just take a paycheck.
Yeah.
Take ownership, take a percentage of it, because that is going to pay dividends going forward. Or the William Shatner model with Priceline. He took stock options instead of just $1 million paycheck. At one point, that was valued at reportedly $600 million. So what athletes are doing that right now? Because that's what Jordan did with the Jordan brand with Nike, where year after year, he's getting like 80, 90 million from the Jordan brand. What athletes are doing it right now? Kevin Durant, his Under Armour deal that he did not accept.
Yes, that was
smart. They offered him stock options. So would that have mattered? Steph Curry, his Under Armour deal. Now he has his own shoe. He has stock options. Is that going to play out in the next 10 years where you see him build a kind of portfolio like that? Because none of these players are getting this kind of money from their contracts or just straight sponsorship dollars. It's about ownership and entrepreneurship in other avenues like we've seen with Magic Johnson. So I think there's a couple guys. LeBron James, obviously, I haven't even mentioned him yet, which is incredible, but he can build the same kind of portfolio that we've seen Michael Jordan. So I say LeBron, I say Kevin Durant's the number 2 guy, and Steph Curry. And obviously then we branch out to other sports, and you've got soccer guys, Messi, Ronaldo, who have that kind of ownership as well.
I love it, and hopefully it's a sign of things to come. But when I look at it, I think you need to look at how he did it. And you bring up some great points about the entrepreneurship and the business savvy that he showed. Having been a professional athlete and if you've watched Broke, 30 for 30 Broke, you've seen what happens. And hopefully young athletes who are, entering the whatever professional sport, if they're lucky enough to get there, they have the presence of mind, the mindset to take this sort of approach and not just get in it for the quick paycheck, the quick salary where you can buy 5 or 6 cars and you can buy a couple houses, but to think bigger than this, to think bigger than just the quick payday. Because I think there are several athletes that could do it. LeBron, KD, obviously. Giancarlo Stanton for the Marlins just signed a $325 million deal, which is great. Nowhere near $1 billion, but he's a type of superstar presence that could, if he's smart, if he's savvy, invest wisely, and attaches his name. I mean, I look at LeBron with what he's doing with agencies, creating your own agency where all of a sudden you're getting a piece of everybody's money. You're getting them to start giving you the money. Products, great idea to take some of the stock options. Look at 50 Cent. He made a ton of money off vitamin water.
Everyone wants a vitamin water.
Right?
No one saw that coming.
No one saw that coming. So be innovative, be savvy in what you're looking for. And I think we'll start to see more of these names start to creep into that list. At least I hope so.
It's amazing that Michael Jordan's a poor billionaire. The poor baby, like 1,700. I think he can live with that designation. I think the only athlete that can do that is LeBron James in the next 5 to 10, maybe 15 years, because to me, he's the only one that has that worldwide brand. I mean, I love Leo Messi, who is one of my favorite athletes to watch, not just in soccer, but in anything. And he's getting $50 million a year from Barcelona. Last year, he made $65 million combined that endorsements. You mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo. He signed a 5-year, $206 million contract with Real Madrid. He made $80 million last year. LeBron James didn't make as much money as those guys in terms of those kind of endorsements, but he also had a deal with Beats that was bought by Apple for $3 billion.
Sure.
And he has a stake in that. That kind of foresight, savvy, luck, whatever you want to have and call to it, you put that with his worldwide brand. He's really the only NBA player that he can go anywhere in the world and people know who he is. You can't say the same thing about Leo Messi or Ronaldo coming to this country because a lot of people aren't soccer fans, so they may not know who they are. But LeBron is the singular athlete right now that he can go to China, he can go to Africa, he can go to Australia. Oh, there's LeBron, there's LeBron, there's LeBron. Having that kind of worldwide brand and also your name is attached to stuff like that is only going to make it even bigger and better for him. And heaven forbid, if he wins an NBA championship or two in Cleveland, what is his brand going to be like then? Yeah, he'll be the next poor billionaire athlete with Michael Jordan. I think that's the one guy that can do that because the NBA is a worldwide game and also because LeBron James is a worldwide figure.
But I think in the next 10 years, we're going to see those soccer players be able to come here and buy.
I hope so.
They might not even need here.
Yeah, might not be because we're talking again on the billionaire list.
Right.
You need it. But I will say, what I find interesting is the sports we didn't mention. We didn't mention football players. We didn't mention mostly baseball
I was going to say Derek Jeter.
But
Derek Jeter wants to be an owner.
But I actually think there's a reason for that, and that's because the NBA, you're very close to the guys when you're watching the game. There's not as much of a wall up. You can recognize these guys. They can build brands the same way soccer players can.
They have the most Twitter followers of any league in the world.
And able to become a billionaire, you have to leverage the brand, your face, your name. And there are certain sports that lend themselves to that more. Basketball, for sure, is one of them. Football, not as much once you put that helmet on.
Right.
Same with hockey. Baseball, because there are more players, it's less likely. So
No,
NBA feels like a place where you can really do that.
You didn't mention boxing.
I was going to say Floyd.
I'm going to go and tell you from Forbes 2014 highest paid athletes list. This is pretty interesting to me because Floyd obviously had $105 million.
And you know how much of that was endorsements?
Zero.
Exactly.
Zero was an endorsement.
Because they don't take a chance with it.
Yeah, but just think about that, getting to that billionaire list. Cristiano Ronaldo, 80 million, 28 in endorsements. LeBron James, 72 million, 53 million in endorsements. Most of his money is endorsements for LeBron, so I could see you saying him trying to make it in 10 years and being that billionaire.
And we didn't even mention some female athletes. Sharapova makes big money.
Sharapova
sugar brand.
She makes a lot of money. She actually makes the most money, obviously, on the tour, but she's up there with the top 10.
And hopefully young athletes, because every young athlete is going to receive a paycheck in somewhere. It's league minimum, but it's good money. It's more than 99% of America is going to make. What do you do with that money? Are you smart with it? Do you invest it? Because you ask any billionaire, they'll tell you it takes money to make money. So when you get the money, what do you do with it?
It shows how much we're a football country, but football is not popular anywhere else outside the United States. That's why the NFL wants a team in London. They want teams overseas. The Yankees want that greedy overseas money, the National Football League, because they've seen how that's worked for the NBA, and now soccer continue to make a foothold here. Leo Messi, we're starting to see commercials with him in the United States. That's only going to add to his brand. That's why the NFL is like, look, if that's working for LeBron, working for Leo Messi, Ronda Rousey, she keeps this up. She's going to be that next huge star when it comes out of UFC.
I've got two football players for different reasons. Peyton Manning could be. He's huge in Papa John's, owns a ton of franchises. And ultimately, his earning potential is probably up there as high as anybody. The other one is Tom Brady. And it might not be because of his income. It's because
of his
He's got
a sugar mama. He's living off of her.
Well, he wants to be a major motion picture actor when his career is over. That report came out last week with Tom.
Really?
Yeah. He wants to be a big time.
I never heard of that.
Is he going to be in like Sharknado with Mark?
No, he's not going to be in that, but I think he's going to be in Entourage later on this year. So he wants to be a major motion picture actor. If he's able to make that jump, they get maybe $20 million per.
Serious question. Who at this table is the first to be a billionaire? Serious question, guys. I'll take it. Yes, here we go. I'm running with it.
I just want to be a part of the Thousandaires Club.
That's it.
All I care about.
Comfortable Thousandaires Club.
Comfortable Thousandaires Club.
Let's leave it there and talk some baseball when we come back. A-Rod will make his much anticipated return to the field on Wednesday. What will the Yankees get out of that embattled DH? Let's find out in just a few moments.
Sorry, Tiger.